Okay, we're back with part two of this. So Tata explained her experience and her story with plant medicine, aka pretend you're cooking in the kitchen, you put mushrooms in your food, but we're not cooking, okay? So that's what we mean by plant medicine, what we're referring to. Hopefully these videos don't get flagged, but so I guess now I was gonna, oh, sorry, this the recording of the last video we just took just popped up and now it's trying to save. Sorry. Okay. Um, so what was I saying? Now I'm explaining my experience with the plant medicine. So yeah, before I started using plant medicine, I had a perception of what it was, that when you took it, you just hallucinated or went to another realm. I just saw a bunch of like crazy things. So I was very hesitant and like against it. And I was like, no way, like not doing that. Hell no. Like I had people in my life, specifically my boyfriend at the time, who was like, oh, you should like really try it. Like, um, I think it would be helpful for you. And I was like, no, 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 like no way. Like I'm not doing that. Like that seems scary and intense. And because I've had experiences with, I don't want to use the like words because I don't want this video to be flagged, but another plant that people smoke. um I've had experiences with that were very like intense and overwhelming and not really my thing. So it's like I didn't really like that. So I was like scared to try this plant medicine. Um and then it's just like I don't know what happened. Like someone gave me chocolate or I felt like called to get chocolate from someone or something. And I was like, let me try this out. Like I just felt kind of called to trying it. And I just like took the tiniest littlest bit that I could possibly take. And I was so scared. I was like, I don't want anything crazy to happen. And I didn't really like notice much. I don't really remember the first time taking it or it doing anything really. So I was like, okay, I think it's safe. Like I'm not just gonna blast off into another realm. So I think I just like continuously tried it a little more, a little bit here or there. And then eventually I think I just like started, I think I would like take it before going on a walk. And then as I was walking, I would start to receive more what I call downloads. So it's just more like downloads and guidance. And I was like, oh, this really increases that like connection. And I would like when I take it, I'm already like sensitive to energy and um I guess like I get downloads just, sober. But that definitely enhances like the connection, like to downloads to energy around me, like everything. So I started like working with it and like what would come up to me, I would like work through that like I don't even know how to explain it, just like internally within myself, kind of like you explained, like you would kind of just have like I don't know, have conversations within yourself or so and just like work through different things, like especially like for example, today I set an intention to work through like my throat chakra to be able to express myself more clearly and like more freely and um so whatever intention I set, that's usually what comes up and I work through. Um and yeah, I'll do the work like outside of taking the medicine, but it definitely I feel like it's almost like a kind of like a cheat code in a sense. Like it'll make things happen like way faster. Like I think it sticks more in my brain at least way easier versus like if I didn't use the medicine, it like I think it would take me a lot longer to work through things and like shift my perspective versus the medicine kind of works in your brain and like does the work for you in a sense. Or it's like so like what I've learned about plant medicine and I've listened to podcasts of people who know way more about this stuff, like on a scientific level. Um,
Mhm.
and what they explain is it's actually like shifting neural pathways in your brain. So it's like reprogramming your brain. And
Mhm.
it's been very helpful. And I continue to use it like here and there when I just feel like if I feel like I'm like stuck, I'll take it so that it like helps, you know, overcome that like hump that I'm going through. But
Mhm.
I definitely like I don't think it's ever good to be reliant on anything. I think it's important to, use these tools and then like work through what you need to and, you know, like I so when I use plant medicine, it varies. Like when I first or when I was like really getting into it, um I I started doing like cycles, like 3 days on and then like 4 days off or um it just it varies so much. Like now might do it like once a month or so and it's a very, very small amount, like 100 milligrams. And like microdose can be like 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams. So I kind of play with that and, just how I'm feeling and how much I feel like I need to make a shift. But I've never done anything like crazy big amounts. Like I'm too scared to do that because even the most that I've done, which was I think it honestly might have only been 400 milligrams, and I was already like freaking out at that point, and I was like, I think I took too much. I was like, I thought
Yeah.
I was about to throw up. I was about to go grab my roommate, like help me. I took too much, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like outside, like feet on the ground, like trying to breathe, like sitting by a tree. I'm like, calm down. You're gonna be okay.
It definitely can get that way. That's why, yeah, I would definitely like if you don't have someone that knows like how to, help you, then you definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's either like you need to learn the tools that are going to like calm you down, or
hmm
you need someone that's going to know how to help calm you down.
Right, yeah. Like I feel like if I was to do a bigger amount now I was able to, but before no.
I don't know if I'll ever be ready, honestly.
I don't think you need it, honestly. I think, like you're so connected that obviously you don't need that much, which is amazing, like
I think
which is really nice.
I'm kind of curious, like if it would make a like big, massive shift, and like I'm just like curious what would happen, but at the same time, I'm like, in theory, that sounds like cool, but like I know if I did it, I would probably be panicking.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely, I've seen like a lot of things, like things that I have no idea what I was seeing. So that's kind of a little scary sometimes. Like it's not cartoons, it's like more like shapes, like like
See, that's
different
not,
shapes.
yeah, I'm afraid of even seeing that. I'm like, I don't want to see
Like
anything that's not.
different shapes and like literally being able to see like the energy of the light and like beyond the skin. Like I don't think everybody's meant to see these things.
That's probably why we're just like not meant to see that right now.
We're
So
not. We're really not. And like that's why we call it a trip because it's like what are we looking at? And
yeah,
sometimes it would be like, what you see like, things like the lights and all stuff like trippy. It would. But it's really you gotta understand like what that is though. It's like, like the vibrations and like all the stuff from the lights and stuff, which
yeah. I almost had that kind of experience sober, but not like super intense. It was just like in the mornings when I would wake up, it almost looked like I was like seeing energy. I was like, am I seeing energy? Like, what is going on?
yeah, that's probably why you're not called to do it big.
They're like, you don't do that. You can do it
You
that way.
literally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I get because like that's the same thing my man said. He was like, sometimes I can just like see certain like patterns and stuff, like if I focus or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, well,
I was always curious if like because some people I think can see people's auras, and I'm like, I always wondered if I took enough if I'd be able to see people's auras.
Oh my goodness. So like the craziest thing is, so before I ever tried to plant medicine, like I said, like 9 years ago, and I told you I was like very like open, like I was before I knew anything about anything, something about me was always very connected. Um, and I was that was one of the things that I was like into, like seeing people's aura, and I would like try and I could kind of do it. And
What?
it was so interesting that you said that. Yeah, like I remember telling my man like a year ago, I was like, like I used to try to see people's aura and I was actually kind of like good at it. But what I learned now is that I can't actually see beyond like a certain layer. I can only see like one certain layer. So it's
Mhm.
not far enough to see like the colors. I can only see like basically like a white, like a line outline, and
Oh.
that's about it.
You're gonna have to teach me how to do that. Like,
Like, it's actually, I can't actually, yeah, like it's like, yeah, there's actually like a way to like get your eyes to, it's like a soften. It's kind of like when you daydream
yeah.
and you kind of like your
Like
eyes
get
just kind of,
into you like get into like kind of like a meditative state almost.
like your eyes, like if you daydream, your eyes don't focus. So you kind of are like in the, like
Yeah.
your eyes, I don't know if you like know what I'm talking about, but like when you daydream, you kind of just like don't really focus on one thing. Your eyes kind of focus on like a bunch of things, and you kind of
Yeah.
can like outlines of certain things when you do that.
Hmm. I think
So
maybe I
that's
have like kind of done that before, but I wasn't seeing like colors, you know?
yeah, like I can only see like like literally like a light around even objects, like if I do that. So yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
like
really
go around the rest. I was gonna say I'm gonna go around the rest of the day trying to like see auras of everything.
it's fun. Like I'll do it sometimes. It's fun, but I just wish I could like get past that because when I was like trying to understand more about it, it's like there's like layers to it, and, like like, and I don't know how to like see beyond like the white
Yeah,
aura or whatever.
that makes
But it's
sense
cool
though.
to even be able to see that. Like to me, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's really cool. But yeah, that's interesting because like that was something that like I said, like I think some people just might be a little bit connected like
Mhm.
naturally
Yeah.
and
Have
just
you
don't know it.
been sensitive to people's energy in the past, or I know you said that your man is sensitive to other people's energy. I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've always been sensitive to other people's energy. Like I will pick up on it, I will feel it. I can just sense it.
Hmm.
So, the medicine will definitely increase that, but it's like I don't even need that. Like I already feel that just on a day-to-day basis, you know.
Exactly. And I feel like, like some people, like, I don't know about you, but like in my life, like I've been through so many things where I can actually like understand like a lot of people's pains and like, like whether it's grief or loneliness or like sadness or like whatever they're going through, like I feel like I've been through it, so I can like actually like help them get out of it. And I
Mhm.
feel like people like that, like I feel like they're also very connected and like open and like like they can feel energy and like go through certain things to be able to help others. So I think that's also like I think that also changes like what the plant medicine does, maybe in a way.
What do you mean?
I feel like I don't know, like just you just being more like open and connected, like just being more, like sensitive and
Uh,
stuff. Like
you're saying like the after effects, like long term.
no, I mean like while you're like doing the plant
Oh.
medicine, like you said, like if you don't have an intention, like if you're just like closed off and you're just doing it to escape, like I feel like, that would be a little, you wouldn't really get that experience of like any type of like healing or, any type of like um answers like we get.
Hmm. Yeah, you definitely
So
need to set an intention.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting though. So you said you only do it like once a month now
Yeah,
and
give or take. Yeah. Yeah, whenever I feel like I need to do it, um, I'll do it. So I think the last time I did it was over a month ago. So, and it's like I'm taking like the tiniest littlest amount,
Mhm.
you know, because
Yeah.
You can't do too much.
It's interesting, like how people do it, like different, like the amounts and stuff. And I was actually thinking, like, next time when I do it, I would like to do the that chocolate bar again because it was just like so mild and like it was. And I do believe like the plant medicine, they different kinds do different things.
Mm, mm,
Um, and there's some that like they're known to like teach you certain things and
mm,
some
mm.
that are known to connect you to like your womb and like stuff like that, which I think is actually very interesting too.
No,
Um,
it is interesting. I've only really worked with, I mean, I've, the one I've been using, I've just been using the same one for the past, I don't know, 2 years or so. So I haven't tried, I mean, I tried one, I think one other one, but like I didn't notice a big difference between the two.
oh yeah, I've tried like 6 different kinds and they're very different. Like they do all like show you and heal you and do different things. And like I've took the same amount of a different kind that wouldn't like I wouldn't see anything. It was just like so like totally different.
Oh.
Um, yeah, it's like it definitely depends. And like the place that I would go to, it was very like medicine like they would literally like explain everything about everything. They would be like, oh, this one, this yeah, like this one will do this and this one will help you with this. So it was really cool.
That's cool.
And that actually made it like because I remember when we went there, we were like not very like sure if we were gonna like actually go through, but when they were just so like they knew what they were talking about, and we were like,
Uh,
okay, let's try it.
I want to like
Um,
fly out and go there now.
no, it's a real, but you can order it to. I sent
Oh,
you like they deliver it to any place. So
okay. I gotta
yeah,
check it out then.
I
Yeah.
don't know how those things work.
And they diagnosed me over the phone, like, you need this one. Take this one.
Yeah, like they'll have like boxes, like with like all types of plant medicine type like tinctures and like
Mm,
candy and stuff like that. Just-
mm,
They always give you like cute little like um yeah, like little plant medicine sculptures.
oh, really? How cute.
It's nice though. I just wish it was more around. Like I wish it was more like the other plant medicine that you smoke. Like I wish it was more
Yeah, and that's what my
that.
hope is eventually, that this will become more normalized and accepted. And I think the reason that it's not is because it's so healing, and it's like they don't want us healing ourselves. And um if more people use this medicine, then it would be healing a lot more
It
people.
would not be good for them. They will be connected to their bodies. They won't be putting all this horrible things in their bodies. They would be healing themselves,
Yep.
like all types of stuff. Like they do not want us to be that.
I know.
Like they would literally like we would find out what we truly are and like be able to create everything we can imagine, and they would really not
I
be
know.
happy with those things. So
It makes me
um,
really want it to become like legal everywhere now. Like,
yeah, no. Yeah, yeah, but then again, like thinking about it, I would really wonder how that would go because like we said about intention, like I really wonder like how it would go both ways.
well, I think it would have to kind of grow. It wouldn't just be like a free for all, like everyone, like that might not be helpful. It was just a free for all. I mean, it
Yeah,
could and it couldn't. But I think it would definitely be more helpful if it was more like widely accepted and more widely used as medicine and helping people work through things like to
right.
get us, on the other side.
Right. So you're saying it would be more like less recreational, like more like more just medicine wise.
Yeah, I guess so. I think that would be helpful.
Yeah. I wonder if they would have to like, say you have these certain conditions in order, like,
Kind of like I think there's a lot more like ketamine is being used like in medical facilities, and there'll be a person that will guide you through it. So kind
mhm.
of I guess like that, but um yeah, it's just so I kind of want to dive in a little bit of I guess the farm like big pharma and what do you call that? Like medications and stuff like that. With mental health is a lot of the medications, especially like from experience, I dealt with a lot of anxiety and I was trying to take medications to help like heal my anxiety, and every medication I took tried so many different medications and they were all kind of just like a band-aid. And it was so these medications are used as like they want you as a reoccurring customer, right? Like they don't want to just heal you and then you never need them again. So
I've been
with
through the same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of these medications are just you're just paying for a band-aid and you're just constantly paying and it's not getting to the root and it's not healing you. So with plant medicine, I feel like that's actually it helps you get to the root and to heal it. So you don't need to like rely on it constantly.
Exactly. And that's definitely like that's really what I'm into right now, like getting to the root of things and not putting band-aids over it. And that's I went through the same thing you went through where I've been through so many pills,
Mhm.
so many different pills, and none of them worked. And I had so many horrible withdrawals from when
Yeah.
I would stop. It was just awful. And I finally was able to stop a year ago, and I don't take anything now. But I
Yeah.
was, they said I had anxiety, PTSD, and depression, and I was taking pills for those things, um, which brought me to like what you said about going to the root, and
Mhm.
that's really interesting because I've been learning a lot about like even herbs and like herbs that get into the root of the problem because I've been learning a lot about like herbs that help you right there and then herbs that help you in the long way and like how basically when we talk about like big pharma like how they try to mimic the
Mhm.
natural thing so they try to mimic the herbs so like there are herbs that do what like Tylenol does like it will literally get rid of your pain right there and then there
Yeah.
are such herbs. And you're supposed to use those herbs like when you're in that horrible pain, like that crazy headache, like, they mimicked that herb and turned it into like a pill, like
Yeah.
Tylenol and
Yeah.
stuff. And then there's also herbs that work for the long run, like for your nervous system, like, there's herbs like kava and you take it and it helps right there. You can feel it. But then like I said, there's herbs that help in the long run that helps your body remember how to like and
Mhm.
they mimicked those into prescription
Mhm.
drugs.
Yeah. So they
Those.
can make money from it. Yeah.
Right. So it's like so it's such a mimic and it's like it's so interesting because I never even knew about like how the herbs also have like that like different effects of like Tylenol and prescription and how they mimicked that.
Mhm.
Which is so interesting because it's all about, like you said, putting the band-aid over things and
Yeah.
that's just gonna keep making more and more problems.
Yeah.
Um,
I believe like everything in the earth was created that we need, like the plants and all that stuff was
mhm,
like natural and created in here. And we're just so disconnected from that that we stopped using all of that. And we started relying on the pills that come from labs instead of the natural stuff that's already here for us to use.
right, yeah, and it's not our fault, because we're
Yeah.
just like born into this, and we're just like our parents just like give us these things like when we're babies. So it's
Yeah.
like it's really hard to kind of come into the realization and being like, oh my goodness, like I have to change my ways, and you've been doing it for like 20, 30 years. It's kind of like a little bit overwhelming and stuff, but I feel like people just need to realize like just slowly and just being aware, and just changing little things little by little is like all you need to do. You don't have to like go overboard and,
Yeah.
and go crazy and
Yeah. Oh, it's
mhm.
tough because I still, I still like to rely on if I have really bad cramps, just go to the Aleve. But it's like I could go through the harder process of I wanted to try like seed cycling to see if that would help me. And I mean, it's like a whole process, like a whole like you have to shift over from what you were used to doing to switching over to completely different way of living almost.
Whole mindset. And then there's like the outside people that'll think you're weird and like, like it's a lot, but but hopefully they'll be open to listening and learning
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be great. I would love for everyone to. start learning about
Oh
this.
my goodness. My dream one day is to literally like, like be able to like have like this little community with like a farm that has like all like heirloom, like all like original, like non-hybrid like vegetables and fruits.
That'd be awesome. I think we need more like communities of farming.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially around like these places where we live.
Mhm.
Like here it's like very like kind of city like there's not a lot of like natural farmers market and stuff like that.
I think
So
I definitely think there's some around me. I just have to go really looking for it, you know. It's
that's the
like
thing. It's like you have to look for it.
we're so used to just going to, I don't know, Shaw's, Market Basket, whatever, like the regular grocery store, and it's like there are little like farm stands here and there that, you know, I think it'd be
Hmm.
really good if more people shopped that way and we made it more normalized.
Yeah, I mean, there's like Whole Foods and they are just like so overpriced, but
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely is hard to find like, um, like good like
Mhm.
fruits and vegetables that aren't like, I don't know, full of pesticides and stuff.
Mhm.
But but yeah, then again, like you just have to like slowly like, just do little changes and
Mhm.
yeah.
We'll get there hopefully eventually. I see the world going this way, so I'm just, it's a
I
process,
do too.
but
I feel like more and more people are waking up. I
mhm.
just see it. I even on TV, like I was saying about like Florida and stuff. I do see like a lot of more people like waking up and realizing that they don't have to like just follow what everybody else is doing.
But I think even the culture's just shifting. Like at least the content I'm consuming constantly is like all this type of perspective, and like
Hmm.
I'm seeing a lot more people going that way. So I think
Yeah, yeah. I
more and more.
no, I do. Yeah, I was always surprised with like how many people are also very like, aware of like these things. And I'm like, yes, like I'm not the only, because it's like when that's the good thing about social media, because if it wasn't for social media, I would think I'm like the one and only,
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
like
Same.
because like
Yeah.
everyone around me is like in a different like
Mhm.
frequency or something where I'll like talk to them about
Yeah.
certain things and they're just like not there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so
That's
it's
how I
like
feel.
very it's like refreshing to be able to talk to someone who understands like where you're at, or like I can actually say things like, yeah, I talk to my body and my higher self and my inner child. They'll be like, yeah, like I
Like, oh,
get
I
that.
get you. Yeah.
But like
Totally.
other people, they're like, what are you talking?
Yeah, no, I get that. No, I've definitely, I feel like I've more recently getting connected to my body because it's like I was so disconnected from my body that it's just your mind and like your body is like completely separate, and it's like learning to start listening to your body and what it's telling you, and then it's like, oh, thank you for finally listening to me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I was just ignoring you this whole time.
Mhm. Yes, and like thinking about it, like we literally have doctors like like we're telling them how we feel because they can't tell how we feel. And we're like giving them like, you know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be like us, I feel like,
Mm,
working with our body and healing it
yeah.
and stuff.
Oh,
But
I stopped. Yeah.
like you
Sorry.
said, we're disconnected, but
Yeah, I stopped going to the regular doctor. They just like piss me
Mhm.
off too many times. They just want to like be like, here's a pill, and like they don't really listen. Like there was
Ah.
so many times I went to the doctor that I felt like they were gaslighting me. Like I'm like, I know something's wrong with my body, something's going on, and they're just like, no,
Mhm.
you're fine. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah, yeah, that they did that. That's how I got prescribed. Like, like I would just tell my doctor would be like, "What's wrong?" And I'd be like, "Well, I'm going through this and this. Like, you need this," and it would
yeah,
be like these like crazy pills, and I'm like,
mhm,
"What? Like, just because I told you this? Like, it's
yeah,
like you're going through it. You need." And I'm like, "That's crazy." Like they literally like ruined my whole birth. Like,
oh,
it was bad. Like, it was
that's
really
like
traumatic. Like, it was
that's a whole nother
horrible.
subject to talk about. Like
It was
I would love to
bad.
dive into that eventually, like birth and the healthcare system and how people give birth. It's like traumatic and like not the
I could
way.
talk about that for sure because I've been through it, and it was like that's the reason why I have one child, and that was 9 years ago because it
Yeah.
was insane. Like never again. If I do, like it'll definitely be a home birth and everything, which I'm not ready for yet. But like that was not it. Like no.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel that. I can
Mhm.
imagine how traumatic that would be. So um I
I was
just
gonna say
yeah.
we're talking about bodies and stuff, and it's so interesting because like right now I'm working with babies. Like I watch like these. I'm a nanny for these two babies, and watching them discover their bodies is so interesting because like I'll observe them and they're like 4 months and they'll just like look at their hands and they'll be like, oh, these are my hands, and they'll just like they'll work with it, and it's so interesting like watching your mind like find out about your body, like realize like whoa, what is this, like I can move it, and like it also that kind of also helped me like understand like wow, like we're like we're meeting each other and we're like building a connection and like literally loving each other. Like your mind and your body, they have to fall, like they have to love each other and like understand that what your body's doing, for everything that your body's doing is to protect you. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot of the flaws that they see is your body literally trying to protect you, whether it's like, if you got a lot of hair in your body, or if your nose is a certain type of like structure or whatever, like it was probably trying to protect you from a certain chakra. Like it was like if your throat, like if your neck is really bulky, or like, you know what I mean? Like to you, it's something that's like wrong, but your body's literally doing this thing to protect you. And that's like something we're like not aware of. And I feel like we go against our body because it's like, oh, they're not working with me because it's like doing these things that I don't like. But in reality, your body's literally protecting you from everything. Like,
That
coming
reminds
out the air, like
that reminds me, I was going through like a throat issue. Like my throat was hurting all the time. And I like went to the doctor because I'm like, what's going on? Like my throat's hurting all the time. And I went to like a nose, ear, throat specialist or whatever, all these things. They're like, I don't know, everything looks fine. And like I got blood work and then they told me my thyroid was like all messed up or whatever. Or they were like, oh, it's not even that bad, even though it was messed up. And then they tried putting me on like a pill that I would have to take for the rest of my life for my thyroid. And I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. Like, I'm going to try and like heal this naturally. So, I mean, I haven't been having that same issue, but it's just crazy. Like they weren't even going to, I think, like normal doctors, they don't test you for like your hormones and everything like on a
Mhm.
normal basis. Like that's like an extra thing you have to ask for, which is wild to me. I started like seeing a holistic doctor and like did all my hormone testing and everything. And yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah, no, they don't. It's crazy. Like they just do what they want to do. Like you have to ask for certain things and be on top of it. And even if they do the hormone, like they don't explain anything. They'll like the
Yeah,
blood test. They'll just give you the paper, and you have to like Google certain things. Like
yeah,
it's like they don't really want to help. They're just like
yeah.
a
No,
procedure.
you literally
Very
have to,
chaotic.
yeah, you have to be your own doctor and you have to be your own advocate. And it's scary.
Mhm. No, it is. Yeah, and I learned that, like when I had my son, when I took him, he was like 2 weeks old and he had like cradle cap, like the babies have cradle cap. It's like kind of like dandruff that gets like stuck in their head. Like a lot of babies have it. It's like very normal, but it's kind of hard to get rid of because it's like stuck on there. So the doctor was like telling me to put, I don't know if you know what Head and Shoulders is.
Yeah.
He told me to put like head and shoulders on his head, and he was 2 weeks old. And
Yeah.
I was like, and I remember like hearing that, and it was like something that was so obvious because I remember I used Head and Shoulders a lot, and it would burn. It was like it was
It has like,
harsh. Like
yeah, it has like chemicals in it.
it was really strong. Like even when I breathed it in, I was like, oh my goodness. And I was looking at him, and I was like, you want me to put that on his head? Like he's 2 weeks out of my stomach. Like,
Mm.
and I remember when I heard that, something clicked, and I was like, why would the doctor tell you to do that? I was like, wait, I'm not putting head and shoulders on my like newborn's head. That's not gonna work. And I remember those little things, like all those little things that was like, what? Like, why would you tell me to do that? It was like little things that was helping me like get into like, this isn't right. Like,
Yeah.
like you shouldn't put your trust on these
Mhm.
humans. Like,
Yeah.
they're going by the books and stuff. Like, they're not superheroes. Like,
Yeah. I stopped going to them. I was like, I can't trust you guys. I'm sorry. I'll just figure it out on my own. Thanks.
yeah, and I do like, I don't know, like it's hard talking about this because I feel like, like I don't want to bash,
Yeah. No, I definitely agree
doctors.
with some medicine is very helpful and like especially like, emergency things or like big things. You need doctors. It's just
Yeah,
the general care, I feel like.
right, exactly. Like the doctors that perform surgeries, the ones that like actually like, like
Yeah.
those, like
Yeah.
hands to those.
Right? We need you. Thank you.
The ones that can open people, like they can do those things, like yes, but I agree, like yeah, those other ones, I don't know. And it's like yeah,
It's just
they
what they're taught in school, and it's the whole system of what they're taught and what they're told to
mhm.
do, and just
Right.
tell the
Yeah, it's
medicine.
not their fault. It's not like it's them. It's just like what they're
Yeah,
inside of.
yeah, unfortunately, but hopefully
Mhm.
more doctors. I I feel like I've noticed doctors kind of stepping out of that or having those realizations and trying to switch over.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are. There's a lot of doctors that switch up, which is nice
Mhm.
to see, but they get silenced a lot. You know how it
Yeah.
is. Like, they
Mhm.
don't like those people.
Yeah, unfortunately. So,
Mhm.
we're almost out of time here. So, is there any last things you want to add? Or
I don't think so. I really liked listening to your ways, like the way it like got your perspectives and stuff. It is really interesting to see how like, plant medicine, um, how it, does things to different people and how it helps and the intentions and everything. It's a really interesting, um, yeah, medicine.
yeah,
Thank
it is. It is medicine. Well, I appreciate you coming on and speaking to us.
you. This was
Yeah,
fun. I'm glad I did it.
great. You did it. And,
Yeah.
do your podcast. Like you should totally, do your
Yes, I will. This is gonna help me start. I'm just gonna
yes,
get there.
exactly.
You keep doing this. I love it. Like keep making as many videos and just don't care about like the views or anything like that and just,
No, I feel like I'm doing like actual purposeful work. Like I don't even care how many people are watching my YouTube videos. Like this to me is like important stuff that if 10 people
yeah.
listen to it or like 2,000 people listen to it, I feel like this is like very important stuff that I just want to get out there. So,
Oh yeah, I wish I could have heard these things,
right?
like instead of having to find out all this by myself. Like if I could hear these things, it would have been great.
All right. Well, thank
Well,
you
it
for
was
coming on
great.
here.
Yes. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.